In this video, I'm going to share with you how to sell online coaching without a big following or using paid ads. Now, how can I do that? Well, it's because that's exactly how I started my coaching business. I had less than 3,000 followers and didn't have any money to invest in ads from the start. So I needed a way to get my first 5 to 10 clients before I could invest into paid ads to grow my brand. Now, I'll be the first to tell you that ads are the way to scale your business and brand. Hands down, it's the fastest way to grow to mid 6 or 7 figures. So if you're already making 5 to 10K a month, I'm gonna go ahead and suggest you watch this video instead to help you learn how to use paid ads to book 1 to 5 sales calls a day to grow your business. But if you're like me, when I started with no following and no money to invest in ads, stick around and watch this video until the end. And I'm gonna share with you what we call our Fast 5 strategy that helps coaches get their first or next 5 to 10 clients in as little as 30 days. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so we're over on my computer now and we're gonna jump into what is called the Fast 5 strategy. This is a strategy that we will take people through if they're brand new to coaching to launch their offer, or if they're stuck and they haven't been signing a lot of clients organically, we'll put them through this. The reason for that is if we will put people who already have existing businesses through this, is that most times if you're stuck, it's because your messaging is off. As in like, you don't really know who you're talking to. And when you create content, you're not actually attracting the right people to your business. And if we can help you craft it or even just get a better idea of who is your target demographic and what are the problems that they have and what are their goals, you're going to be able to start to attract a lot more clients with your content and then eventually get to ads. Okay, so this is a 5-week promotional strategy and it's broken up into really 2 main parts. Part number 1 is going to be a market research stage, and part number 2 is going to be a launch stage. Now, what I want to do is I want to go through both of these stages, and they both have different time durations, right? So the market research stage is 3 weeks and the beta launch stage is 2 weeks. The whole goal for market research is to get on calls with people who are part of either the same niche or essentially the same group of people, which could be like golfers, CrossFitters, could be moms, it could be grandparents. Like it doesn't really matter necessarily, because once you get on the calls, you're going to start to figure out, ooh, that's my ideal client. Okay. So don't get like too honed in and dialed in on that, but I do want you to have an idea of who are the type of people that you want to help. And then 2, what is the problem that you think you're going to solve with your business, your program, your marketing, etc. Okay. Now, you might say, oh, but Matt, I can help people with pain, weight loss. I can help people build muscle, build strength. We've got to pick one. Okay. Pick one. That is like so important and always overlooked. I know you can help everybody, but if you're going to build a business that can turn cold traffic, AKA strangers, into buyers, we need to have one problem that we solve, ideally for one group of people. Okay. So this entire Fast 5 strategy is going to help you get clearer on that. All right. So step 1, we're going to get on 10 to 20 calls. All right. And I'm going to share with you exactly how to book the calls, what to say on the calls, and how to send these calls to essentially sales calls if they're good fits. And then stage 2 of this is going to be publicly promoting your offer for 2 weeks. Okay. And by the end of this, we should sign another 5 to 10 clients. And if you do it right, I've got this down here. If you do this right and you ask for wins every single week with just 5 people, that's going to be 60 testimonial screenshots. And then at the end, if you get all 5 of those people to give you video testimonials, that's 5 video testimonials. So in total, you will have 65 pieces of social proof with just 5 clients. Okay. And every single week, you can ask them questions about how their experience is going so you can get a better product and help people more. Okay. So huge win-win experience. Now let's jump into the stage number 1, market research. Now to do this, to book 10 to 20 market research calls, we need to send 100 to 200 messages to our immediate network telling them what we're doing. Okay. Now you might be like 100, 200. I don't have that many contacts. I guarantee that you have more followers than that. Okay. I guarantee that you probably have more Facebook friends than that. I guarantee that if you opened up your contact list or even your Snapchat list, if you use Snapchat, I don't, that you probably have a couple hundred people in there. Okay. And then you've got your emails, like the list goes on. All right. And if you're like, Matt, I don't have social media. Well, it's going to be really hard for you to build a business without one. And well, you'd be like, well, I have a new one, but I only have 100 followers. Well, go back through all the people that you know from high school, college, from other groups, and go start friending them and following them on social media. Don't make excuses about this. If you want to build a business, your first 5 to 10, even 20 customers are probably going to be people that you already know, okay? They're going to be people from your existing network. So don't be scared to leverage this. Like, everyone wants to see you succeed. And if somebody has a problem and you can help them, it's your duty to tell them that you can help them. Okay. So I just want to hit on that, because if you can't do this part or publicly promote yourself, you probably shouldn't be a business owner. Okay. Because our job is to be proud of what we do and the transformation we can provide. Okay. All right. So here is a sample of the outreach message that we're going to send to 100 to 200 people over a 1 to 2 week period. All right. So typically what I do is I'll send about 20 to 50 of these a day for a new offer that I'm promoting. Or again, if I'm looking to rework my offer to get clear on who it is that I serve, I'm going to send something like this. Now, do not copy this word for word, because it won't work if you do. You've got to use your own language, your own branding, your own, you just like how you communicate. Okay. Let's go through it. So here we go. Hey, insert name. I hope you're doing well. I'm putting together a program that helps insert ideal client achieve insert goal with or without thing they want or don't want. Now, as I create it, I want to ask a few people some questions so I can better understand what they need. I'm curious, do you know anybody who might be dealing with insert problem? Okay, so if it was this one, I'm curious, do you know anybody who, again, you wouldn't say it word for word, right? Because that would be weird. I'm curious if you know anybody who's dealing with weight problems, like you wouldn't say that, right? I'm curious if you know anybody who might be interested in helping out, right? That sounds pretty good, right? I'd love to connect with them and ask a few questions so I can continue building my program. And in return, I'd happily give a free coaching session or resource. So it's a win-win all around. Does anyone come to mind who might benefit from some free coaching? I'd probably leave it like there, right? Free coaching, boom. And then I'd send it. Now, after you send this, if I send it to 100 people, probably 10 or 20 will respond, like right off the bat. And then what I do is I'm going to wait 2 days, so 48 hours. And then I would send, let's say 48 hours goes by. If no response, send a follow-up, okay? And typically the follow-up I'll do is like a voice memo so that they know it's not like a robot. Like, hey, Mark, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to follow up on the message above. Let me know if you got the chance to read it. Done, send, okay? That'll double your response rate, okay? So all we're trying to do here is we're trying to get people onto a market research call, okay? So that's just getting people on the call. We're gonna send 100, 200 of these to our warm network to see if we can help them, okay? They say, yeah, let's do it. Awesome. Then we're going to get on a call with them. On the call, the whole goal here is to help you determine what is the problem that my ideal client has, how do they feel about it, and how can I learn how to market to more people like this? And there's no better way to do this than to hear it out of their mouth. Okay, that's why we do market research. Okay, it's to get clearer on our messaging so we can make better content, make better ads, and make better offers. If you have no idea of what the market's problem is, and you want to put together a program based off of FRC principles and paleo and blah, 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 don't do it. That's not solving a problem. The whole goal of business is to solve other people's problems, not just showcase your skills. All right. So again, you're getting on a call with 10, 20 people. Here's a loose script of the call. You get on the call, like, hey, can you hear me well? Awesome. Build some rapport. You already know these people, so just catch up for a minute or two. And then just ask them, all right, awesome, are you ready to dive in? Okay. And then set the intention of the call. Hey, the purpose of today's call is for me to ask you a few questions so that I can create my program that's going to help these people and do this problem. And just to confirm, are you good for the next 30 minutes to answer some questions for me? Awesome. Well, let's get started, right? Now, if you don't mind, can you tell me what prompted you to hop in a call with me? smile and chuckle here. You know that they got on a call to help you with this, but also what this question is geared at doing here is that it'll gear them at if they have an active problem, they'll tell you right then and there, right? And if they don't, they'll also tell you right then and there. Now, if they are not your ideal client, you probably don't want to go or have a problem. It's going to be hard for you to really get good data out of this. So ideally, we filter that through, right? So like at the start, if this guy is not in my ideal client, he does not have an active problem, his answers aren't really going to help me. So you can either get off the call or you can ask questions, but just use those very loosely, okay? Ideally, the people who get on calls with you have the problem. If they don't, their questions don't really matter, right? So smile and chuckle here. What got you on the call? They'll probably tell you, oh yeah, you DM me or whatever. But if they say, man, I've been struggling with blank, 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 great. That gives us more context. All right. Next, once they respond to that, we're going to ask a question, some sort of qualification question. Again, we want to make sure that they are our ideal client. And if they're not, we don't need to go into too much detail with this, right? So let's pretend that for this one here, that you're helping golfers with lower back pain, right? Got it. So how long have you been golfing for, right? Or got it. So how often do you golf? Okay, because that might be a qualification of well, if they just go once a year, they're not really golfers. Okay, got it. So how long are you a golfer for? That would be one thing, and then be awesome. And are you experiencing low back pain too? That would be my next qualifying question if I needed that. Yes. Okay. How long has it been going on for? Right? We got to get clear on that because that's going to help us with our marketing. What have you tried thus far and how did it go? Again, this will help us with our marketing of have you tried blank, 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 right? Now, I'm curious, how is this impacting your personal life? And then we're just going to get clear on that because, again, that helps us influence our marketing. Got it. And what are your goals? And what are you trying to achieve? Oh, man, I really want to get back to playing golf. Why? And just play the why game. I'm sure you guys have heard that, the why, ask why 3 times. We just got to get clear on why does this even matter to them? Why does getting out of pain matter? Why does playing golf matter? Right? And we got to get the feelings that are associated with that. Now, what are your fears if this doesn't happen for you? Okay, what type of results would really make you happy? And those are kind of the main simple questions, but a big part of this is going into these calls, knowing who do you really want to serve and what would make your program better. If you feel like you want to ask questions around program price, go for it. Right? These are people who are giving you time out of their day to help you with the program. So any questions you have of hey, if I use to take an example, when I started mine, I asked a lot of people around hey, when I say Facebook ads, how do you feel? Because I know that some people get freaked out by Facebook ads or the word ads. So oh, I don't want to lose money. So I was maybe I shouldn't include ads in the front end messaging because some people are turned off by that idea. But I'd never know unless I asked. Right? So again, these are the basic questions to ask, and they'll get you the majority of what you want. What are the goals? What are the fears? How is it affecting their life? What have they tried so far? Those 4 questions can really do a ton of wonder for your marketing. Okay? And then what results make you happy? Now, after you've had a call with them and you've gotten clear on their problems, what they've tried, if they have the actual problem, ask them directly at the end, hey, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to help me with this. Now, before we got on this call, I told you I'd give you a free coaching or a resource. I actually think you'd be a really good candidate for the program. Now, I'm curious, are you interested, even slightly interested in it? Be direct with this ask. Don't be oh, when it comes around, I'll let you know. No, if this person needs your help, be more point blank and say, hey, thank you for your time today. I told you I'd give you a free resource. I'd like to give that to you, right? Or give you some sort of coaching. And it sounds like you'd be a really awesome fit for my program. Are you at all interested in this? And if they say yes, awesome. Well, let's go ahead and set up another call later on. It could be next week. This one says it could be within 24 to 48 hours, 72 hours. Just honestly, within the next 5 to 7 days. All right, awesome. Hey, let's set up a call in a couple of days. What's your schedule look like on Wednesday? Boom, book that call. All right. Now, if they're not a good fit, here, let me come back out because I do want to stay in integrity with what I shared in the DM, right? Because I said, hey, I'd love to give you free coaching or a resource. When I pitch my offer at the end to people who I think are good fits and need my help, I want to acknowledge the fact that I did say I was going to give free coaching. Okay, I don't like bait and switch. Don't like it, right? So here's typically how I go about that. So I'll DM for market research. This message I sent you. We'll have the market research call, and we'll follow that script that we just went over here. And then if they are a good fit and they would be a good fit for the program, I don't want to delay helping them, because I know that my program is going to get them better results than a free resource, because they don't have accountability. They don't have any of that stuff. Okay. So what I'm going to do at the end of the market research call, if they're a good fit and I want to help them, I'm going to schedule a sales call. All right. If they're not a good fit, I'm going to go ahead and schedule that free coaching call or send them the resource that I told them I'd send. Now, on the sales call, I'm just going to do a normal sales call. I'm going to share with them my offer, everything like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bonus them the free coaching that I promised them in the DM script. All right. This just makes me feel good. I know some people don't have to do this, but I'm going to bonus them time. Be like, hey, I'm going to go through my full sales call script. If you guys want help or need help going over how to do sales calls, I'll have a link above here for that, somewhere over there. All right. But at the end of the sales call, as I pitch my offer, I'm going to bonus them time. Okay, I'm going to bonus them time, and you'll be like, for 3 months is just $1,000 because you helped me with you helped me with market research. I actually want to bonus you an additional month for free, right? And just be done. Okay, so you're going to give them more time because they're helping you. And this market research isn't just I'm not listening to what you say, I'm just trying to book a sales call. No, this market research is, I'm getting started my business, or I'm not growing. I need to figure out why. So I need to ask you good questions so I can make more content. And if you do happen to need help, I'm going to book a sales call with you, right? And I'm going to now use this content, what you just shared with me in my content to attract more high quality people. Got it? So at the end, I'll just bonus them some time or give them a lower price because they helped me out. If they say, no, this program isn't for me, then again, I'm going to still honor what I said earlier, and I'm going to either give them a free coaching call, or I will send them a resource that's going to help them with what they're doing. Okay? Now, as a recap, this is just step one. Okay? So this is step one of my beta launch. If you do this alone, like we've got people who sign like 6 to 10 clients just from the market research phase. Okay? Honestly, the market research phase will get you more clients than the beta launch phase. For most people, unless you have a big following. Okay, because if I send out 200 messages, book 20 calls, 10 of those people are ideal clients. I book 10 of those calls, and let's say I sign 50% of them. I just got 5 new clients from market research. Okay, 20 calls should get you around 5 clients. Okay, now once I've done that, we're then going to get into a beta launch stage. And what we're going to do here is for 2 weeks, we're going to promote our offer every day for 2 weeks. And the reason for this is that your ideal client or your followers, your friends, everybody needs to know what you're doing. Even though you post every day, most people don't see your content every day. So for 14 days or for 2 weeks, you're just going to talk about your offer. And what works really well with this is when we use like a countdown timer. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. This right here is kind of an overview of the entire thing that we would give our clients. I'm not going to go over each of these things, but essentially, the Fast 5 or the market research, you're going to reach out to people and you also post about it. Hey, I'm giving away some free coaching in exchange for this, right? But then when we get to week 4, where we start to promote it, what we want to do, I'm just kind of loosely going over this, is that we're going to talk about how many spots are remaining. Okay. So this is how many spots are remaining, X spots left, last call, etc. So when you do this beta launch and we're going for getting more people on calls, we want to pick a number between 5 and probably 10 that you can sell. All right. So confidently that there's 5 people in my network that would take me up on this offer. So I'm going to publicly talk about this and say, hey, I've got 5 spots left. And every time a spot is taken, you remove it, right? And you keep marketing that until you're at 0. Now, if you get to the end of your strategy here and you still have 5 spots left, you can change it and be like, oh shoot, all right, I only have 3 spots. Like you can change the spots that you have available and open to the public. Totally fine. And then if you don't sell out your stuff at the end, you can say, hey, doors closed. Okay. Just try to be as in integrity with this as you can, right? It's kind of hard sometimes because you might have calls booked with people like, man, I got 5 calls booked, but I don't know how many of them are going to be, our spots are taken yet. So even there, sometimes what I'll do is I'll be like, hey, I've got 5 spots left and I have 4 calls booked, because I also know that people who have the calls booked are going to see that same post and be like, ooh, I'm potentially one of the 5. So they need to make a decision before someone else takes it. Anytime you can use your data in your marketing, do it. Okay? So let's come back over here and kind of recap this up. All right. So the first 2 weeks, get on calls with people in your network. The next 2 weeks, every day, post about it for 14 days. And if you do that, you get people interested in the DMs, you book calls with them, you'll be able to get your first or next 5 to 10 clients. And then once you do this, we need to start posting. If you're not already, start posting on social media every single day with the information that you collected from the market research calls, right? Create content based off of the problems you actually heard. Okay, that's all you got to do. And then once you're doing 5 to 10K a month, start putting money into paid ads. Okay. Paid ads are guaranteed reach, guaranteed eyeballs. If I put $20 in, 1,000 people on average will see my post or will see my ad. When I make a post on social media, sometimes my post will get a couple thousand views. Sometimes I'll get less than 1,000. And I spent like what, an hour, 30 minutes to an hour making that post, when I could just give $20 to Facebook and it's going to put it in front of 1,000 people. And then slowly over time, if I want more people to see it, here's $100. Here's $1,000, and more people are guaranteed to see your offer. Paid ads the way to go, but we got to get money, and we also need to know who we're talking to before we can do that. And this process right here will help you with that. All right, so that's all I got for today. If you guys need any help growing your business, you are looking for ways to get more predictable clients, and if you want help implementing what I share with you today, and then once we've done this, get you into paid ads, I'll have a link below to book a call with my team. And on the call, we'll let you know how we help our clients, see if it's a good fit. And if it is, we'll tell you how we can work with you. All right, so that's all I got for today. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.